Today what we're going to be making is a nice slow cooker keto chili. For this we're going to need a few things. 2 medium-sized green peppers, 2 smaller onions, a can of diced tomatoes, a small can of tomato paste, 1 kilogram of hamburger, a package of nice mushrooms, and a chili seasoning packet. Oh yeah, and a slow cooker, of course. Okay, the first thing we do is we put the hamburger in the pot and we brown it. Breaking up the hamburger actually helps it to cook quicker. Okay, while the hamburger's cooking, what we're going to do is we are going to slice up the vegetables. We're going to start with our nice little green peppers. Cut them down like this. Pull that like that. Pull that like that. Ta-da. They smell really, really good. You want to make sure not to get any of the seeds in, because the seeds actually give it a sort of yucky flavor. Now, when you're slicing green pepper, don't be afraid to squish them down like that. And you'll have to forgive my knife, it's as dull as a butter knife, and I have to get it sharpened. Using a nice sharp kitchen knife, or a chef knife, is actually really important to cooking because it makes it so much easier. And you're less likely to cut your hand off if you have a nice sharp knife, because you don't have to use as much pressure. I don't like the texture of that wet stuff either. Now this is 2 nice fresh green peppers, because we want this to be nice and hearty. Yummy. You can mix up the peppers if you want. You know, red peppers, yellow peppers. They're all pretty much the same. Although you will find that a lot of places charge more for the colorful ones. I'm pretty traditional. I like a nice green pepper. Okay. From there, we're going to work on our mushrooms. Now, you'll know some people, they wash them. I don't like that. It makes them a little soggy. So I like to just sort of give them a little brush off. you can just throw them in the same bowl with the green pepper. The mushrooms, you want to chop them nice and thick, because you want them to really like be present in the chili. See, with the absence of the beans, you want to have a meaty flavor, but you don't want just a meaty flavor. You want sort of that beany texture. That's why we have our nice thick mushrooms. And the mushrooms will shrink with cooking, so don't worry about that. You're not just going to be having, like, you know, mushrooms. Okay, now the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to slice the onions. Remember to get rid of that. Okay, what we do is we slice the ends off. Ooh, this one was starting to sprout on me. I think I need new onions. Okay, peel all this off. Ooh, that's a little bit yucky, but luckily onions, being many layered items, you can pull all the bad stuff away. Okay, now, we don't want to dice them up, we just want to give them a nice quick slice. Freaking onion skins get everywhere. Okay, remember, tops and bottoms go. Bisect it. Peel the onion goodness.
My back would on by number one.
Now, usually at this point, I'd also add a bit of garlic, but I kind of forgot to buy it. So, that's not going to be on the menu this evening. Okay, and the next step, the hamburger is nice and brown. Now, it's a lean hamburger, so there's not much grease, so you don't have to worry about draining any grease off. Now, give it a little pepper, a little salt, give it a little stir, and then we throw our onions in. Now, we are going to want to make sure the onions are nice and broke up, and you want to stir that around nice and good. And we're going to do that until the onions are Semi-transparent.
What the hell? I was standing there and I thought it was like that. I think I can say good. So get right back. Whoa.
Okay, now what we're going to be doing now is taking the cooked hamburger and onions and putting it in the slow cooker. And from there we're going to assemble everything. You really can't smell that, but it smells really good. Okay, now we're going to put the green pepper and the mushrooms in. Okay, and we're going to open our can of tomatoes. It's dented, that's not from the store, that's from Big Clumsy Me dropping it. Which was like a couple hours ago, so don't worry about it. Some people say to strain the tomatoes, but what I like to do is put all the juice right in. Although I bought 2 large cans of tomatoes paste, so I'm going to have to put that in with the spaghetti sauce later. Here's a cool trip if you just free it up like I just did. Push it down, scrape it off. Okay, now that should be about enough. Now, I'm going to use a spice packet because, well, I can't really use a lot of spices. My stomach is horrible. But if you have a favorite spice mix for your chili, you can substitute it for this really easily. Now, so I think maybe I should have stirred this in the pot. It looks like a lot right now, but as it cooks, it will go down. But it does already smell really good.
I could tell.
Well, it's only going to smell better as it cooks.
I can't even see where I'm making it. We're all dead.
Fuck's sake, so you told me he was dead and I ran back. You should have did that.
I thought he was dead. How was I supposed to know? I was like, although this time, we know, be careful.
Some people also like to use pork in theirs. I'm not a big fan of pork.
Last time we were just running.
I prefer good old-fashioned beef.
By the time I know it's going to be in all these different
There. I think that's stirred up good enough. About halfway through the cooking, we're going to give it another stir. Okay, here's the cover. Now we're going to put this on low for about 6 hours. Okay, and we'll come back when it's done.